The president of the Nigerian Senate, Senator Sen Akpabio, has condemned the abduction of teachers and school children in Oyo State, describing it as an attack on the collective humanity of Nigerians. Speaking at the Senate plenary session after a 4-week recess, the Senate president mourned victims who lost their lives during the attack and ordeal in captivity, sympathizing with the affected families and communities. He assured that President Tinubu and security operatives are doing everything in their power to ensure the safe release of the children, as the members of the Senate observed a minute's silence for the repose of the souls of the late victims.
As we resume our work under the mournful shadow of a tragedy that has shaken our nation, the abduction of school children and teachers in Oyo State, this is not merely an attack on innocent citizens. It is an assault on our collective humanity. We mourn because if we cannot protect our children, we imperil our future. We mourn because a nation that cannot guarantee the safety of its teachers weakens the very foundation upon which education rests. As we mourn because for as long as those children remain in captivity, our nation remains captive with them. Today we grieve the loss of 2 dedicated educators, Mr. Michael Oyedoku, who died in captivity, and Mr. Adeshan Adeboye, who lost his life during the attack. We also mourn the child whose life was cut short before its promise could be fulfilled. We share the pain of the bereaved families. Their collective loss is our loss. Their sorrow is our sorrow. Their pain is our pain. Yet, even in the midst of grief, we remain hopeful that through the determined efforts of this government and our President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our security system, our agencies, are doing their best to ensure that those in captivity are rescued safely and reunited with their loved ones. And so I want to commend the security services. If you move in there to wipe out the terrorists, you may end up wiping out the children. And so it might take a while to distinguish the chaff from the grains. So on behalf of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we extend our deepest condolences to Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and all the bereaved families and Nigerians. In fact, the entire school community in Nigeria, and particularly the government and the good people of Oyo State. I will request, without talking, since we can't discuss security in the open, that we rise in honor of the departed souls, the teacher or teachers and the child, and pray that their rescue will come sooner than expected. May we observe a minute's silence for the repose of their souls.
Senator Akpabio condemned any attempt to politicize or take undue advantage of the sad event, as he maintained that insecurity does not discriminate when it comes to its victims. He enjoined Nigerians to remain united and band together as we continue to fight against insecurity for a safer and peaceful Nigeria.
I want to caution that politicians should not try to take advantage of any tragedy that befalls our nation. Politicians and aspirants must resist that temptation for cheap publicity. Those who kidnap our children, terrorize our communities, murder our innocent citizens, do not distinguish between party, they don't distinguish between faith, neither do they distinguish between ethnic group or affiliation. The assault is directed against Nigeria itself. Therefore, our response must be equal to the challenge. We must stand united, we must stand firm, and we must be resolute in finding solutions together. Let us continue to support every lawful and necessary measure to strengthen security, protect our schools, protect our communities, protect our children, protect every Nigerian, and ensure that every bandit faces the full weight of the law. The challenge before us is very real, but so too is the courage of our government and the courage of Nigerians, the resilience of our institutions, and the enduring promise of Nigeria for a greater future. This Senate, the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, did not falter. When leadership was required, this Senate did so and did not shrink. And when duty called, the Senate answered. It is on that note that I want to employ the leader of the Senate to quickly fix a date for us to conclude our security summit, which we have started in various states of the Federation.
Olumide Abiodun Mudashiru, reporting for PFM Global News.